Digital marketing offers small businesses endless opportunities to grow, but figuring out the right amount to spend on ads can feel like solving a puzzle. Too little and you're leaving some money on the table, but if you spend too much, you're going to stretch your budget without seeing any returns. And that's where MER, or marketing efficiency ratio, comes in. It's a powerful tool that can help determine if your advertising dollars are truly working for you, and it's not a tool a lot of marketers or small business owners are using, and therefore they could be wasting money or leaving that money on the table. Hi there, it's Adrian from Numero Uno Web Solution, and in this video I'm going to explain why MER is so important to anyone spending a dime on marketing, and then I'm going to tell you about 3 ways to make sure that you're properly incorporating MER into your marketing strategy. So let's go. Okay, so what is the marketing efficiency ratio, or MER? MER is straightforward, but it's a comprehensive metric that compares your total revenue to your total advertising spend. So simply put, it tells you how effectively your marketing investments are driving your sales. So the quick formula is total revenue divided by total ad spend. So for example, if you're spending $5,000 on ads and generating $15,000 in revenue, well then your MER would be 3.0. And this means for every dollar you spend on ads, you're earning $3 in revenue. So that's not bad, right? But MER isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about uncovering insights that can help steer your business toward profitability and growth. So why does MER matter for a small business? Well, if you're running a small business, you know how crucial it is to stretch your budget as far as it can go. You don't want to spend too much, and usually when you're a startup or you're a small business, you are really stretching those dollars, and you have to make sure that every dollar counts. So here's how MER can help a small business. Number one, it can help you see the big picture. So rather than analyzing each campaign or channel individually, MER can give you a bird's eye view of how all your marketing efforts are working together. So it's one metric that quantifies the cumulative effectiveness of every campaign, whether it's an email, paid ad, or a social post, or even with your SEO. Number two, it can help you simplify your decisions. So marketing data can be overwhelming. You're looking at impressions, you're looking at click-through rates, you're looking at conversion rates, you're looking at ROI. There's so many to take in. But MER boils it down to a single number, helping you make decisions quickly and confidently without getting lost in the weeds of analytics. Number three, it will definitely help optimize your budget. So one of the biggest challenges for small business is knowing where to draw the line with ad spend. MER helps with pinpoint that sweet spot. So it'll show you when your investments are paying off and when it's time to step back before you hit diminishing returns. So if your MER starts dipping below the 1.0 mark, then you know that maybe there's something that has to change. Maybe you have to stop. But if it's also, though, trending higher and going above the 3.0 mark, then you should be looking at taking more of an investment into your marketing. But here's the problem. And this I've seen with clients, I've seen it with colleagues, I've seen it across the board in my, 20-something years of business, is that a lot of companies will ignore it. They won't keep track on the MER. They just spend the money and they fall into 2 costly traps. Number one is that they're not spending enough. They're underestimating their marketing needs. They're basically maybe trying something out, testing something to start. They don't put MER into it, and they don't realize that marketing spend has made them money. The ad spend that they've been doing, the ROI that they've been getting, for example, on their pay-per-click ads, has been in fact making them money. So they might be spending, let's say, $100 cost per acquisition for their Google ads, but for every acquisition that they get, they're making $500. So that's a 4.0 MER, which is great, which in my opinion, I would bump my spending on that. I would try to keep that same CPA at about $100, but I'd also try to maximize the spending so I'm getting more revenue, because when things are going good, you want to capitalize on it, but you have to know when things are going good. Now, on the flip side, you could be overspending. You'd be dumping too much in advertising without seeing proportional revenue that can lead to wasted bucks. So without using MER as your guide, it's hard to tell whether you've hit the tipping point where more spending simply isn't effective. So you could be throwing more money at something and the MER is still maybe at 1 or even less than 1 and you're losing money. you will then be educated when you see the MER number to stop spending. I'm going to give you some tips, 3 specific tips on how to use MER to drive smarter marketing. But before I do that, remember to hit that like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well, as you don't want to miss any of our videos that we publish on a regular basis. Okay, so how to use MER to drive smarter marketing, and there are 3 ways to do it, because it doesn't just give you insights, it can help you empower action. So here's how to do it. So first, you want to track accurate data. Now, this is where I see most people struggling because they're not accurately tracking where their revenue is coming from. So a company will spend thousands of dollars on a Google ad campaign, for example, without properly tracking the customer journey and conversion. It might be just going to their web page or their home page instead of a specific landing page. So they can't accurately put a true value on a lead. So you need to start by ensuring that every penny of ad spend and all revenue streams are accounted for. The accuracy is vital for calculating a reliable MER that reflects the true state of your business. So use tracking pixels. Properly segment your customers to see who's giving you positive MER and who isn't. Okay, number 2 is you have to monitor regularly. So it's not just like, click it once and forget it. You need to be reviewing your MER consistently to spot trends over time. Regular monitoring lets you adjust your marketing efforts before small issues become a big problem. So if you see a drop in your MER, then you'll need to make adjustments to that specific channel. And it could be for any reason, by the way. You might see a drop in your MER just because your offer doesn't resonate anymore, because the competition has gone up and you have started to fall off or drop down on the search rankings. It could be technical. You might have a problem with your order page. You might have a problem with your e-commerce page where you're not getting any orders in because people just simply can't order and your QA missed it. So you need to monitor your MER on a regular basis. I suggest at the very least doing it monthly. You might want to try to do it weekly to make sure you're not missing out on anything. And number 3, and I mentioned this earlier, is to analyze those customer segments. So dig deep into your data. See how ad spend affects different types of customers. So for example, new customers might be responding better to your ads than loyal ones. So you need to take that information and say, okay, we're great at customer acquisition, but we're not really getting the most from our existing customers. So we need to now create a new segment just to our existing customers to see how we can build that up. Meanwhile, new customer acquisition is doing great. If you had it all lumped together, you'd never know. But if you do it separately, then you can track your MER. You can say, okay, I'm spending, maybe my MER is 1.5, but it's 2 for new acquisitions, but it's 0.5 for loyal customers. If I can just get that 0.5 up, it'll get the entire MER up. So look, let's take an example. Imagine you've got an online clothing boutique, for example. You invest $4,000 for a month and generate $12,000 in revenue. That's an MER of 3.0. Perfect. But here's where it gets interesting. So upon closer monitoring, you notice that $10,000 of that revenue was from repeat customers. So that tells you that your marketing strategy resonates with loyal clients, but may need tweaks to attract new buyers. So this way you can reallocate your budget to expand your customer base while maintaining your retention efforts. So like I said, drill down, find out what's working, and then you'll be able to take action accordingly. Okay, so for small businesses, the marketing efficiency ratio is more than just a calculation. It's a roadmap for smarter spending and sustainable growth. And by linking your advertising investments to tangible revenue, MER empowers you to focus your resource where they matter the most. So don't just do some kind of marketing, throw it to a wall and see what sticks. Don't just point everyone to one specific homepage or just a simple phone number. Make sure you're drilling it down so you can get that data to calculate your MER to see if you're making money or to see if you're wasting money. Look, if you need more information on how to properly grow your business online, then I want you to check out this video that reveals 3 hacks that can really skyrocket your business.